Hello and welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Gabe Glassman. Investigators are still trying to piece together a motive after a deadly shooting at a Mormon church. They say the process could take time. Fox News multimedia reporter Caroline Elliott has more.
These are places that we go to feel connected, to feel safe, to be together. But today, this place has been shattered by bullets and broken glass.
Police continue clearing a Mormon church in Michigan one day after a gunman killed multiple people before burning the building to the ground.
This is an evil act and does not define Grand Blanc. We still are in the process of clearing out that church, but at this time, everyone is accounted for.
The FBI is investigating this as an act of targeted violence and executing multiple search warrants. The White House says authorities have learned the suspect, a former Marine, hated people of the Mormon faith.
And they are trying to understand more about this, how premeditated it was, how much planning went into it, whether he left a note.
As the investigation continues, we're learning more about the terrifying moments before shots rang out. Paul Kirby says he was with his wife and two sons inside the chapel when the gunman rammed his pickup truck into the church. Worshippers initially thought it was an accident and went to help the driver.
And that's when I saw the shooter start aiming at people and starting to shoot.
Kirby says he grabbed his family and ran for safety. His oldest son held the door open so others could escape.
I don't see him cry very often, but I saw the fear in his eyes.
Police say they have interviewed more than 100 victims and witnesses as a part of this investigation. In Grand Blanc, Michigan, Caroline Elliott, Fox News.
The investigation in Michigan is still ongoing. We will have more information for you tonight on Fox 54 News at 9. Let's take a look outside. This is the current state of Governor's Drive as afternoon turns to nightfall. Beautiful, beautiful sunny sunset there. Let's bring in Fox 54's Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, it's been mostly a sunny day so far. Will it stay that way, though?
Yeah, the sunshine is definitely going to stick with us through a good chunk of the work week. It's not until we get to the weekend and even early next week that we begin to see an increase in cloud cover, though we are talking about just a little bit of cloud cover over in DeKalb County this evening. Looks like maybe a little bit of rain off into the distance. We've seen a couple of isolated showers develop through the course of the afternoon, so if we are talking about a little bit of rain, honestly, I wouldn't be too terribly surprised. Otherwise, nice and quiet, a relatively clear sky. Sun's going to set in about a half hour at this point. Makes for some really pretty pictures as we look outside. 82 degrees right now in Huntsville, 83 in Athens, 82 in Coleman, sitting at 83 in Fayetteville, 85 in Florence, 80 degrees right now over in Fort Payne. This on the heels of what was a relatively warm afternoon across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures had no problems, climbing into the mid and upper 80s today. The average high temperature is really right about where we're sitting right now, the lower 80s, right around 82 or 83. That's about where we should be climbing as far as a high temperature is concerned. We were well above that this afternoon. Through the rest of the evening, 79 at 7, 75 by 8, 73 at 9, 71 at 10, maintaining a mostly clear sky. Like I said, we're going to maintain that through much of the work week, but our high temperatures are actually going to begin to drop off as we head into the later part of the week. We'll discuss that in a few minutes.
Indicator a man is dead after a home burglary gone wrong. According to the Decatur Police Department, they got a call from someone saying they shot a suspect on the 1200 block of 22nd Avenue around 7:36 last night. When officers arrived, the man was found with gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead at the scene. The alleged shooter cooperated with investigators and has been released with no charges at this time. The incident is still being investigated. A Huntsville man is behind bars accused of shooting a home with people inside. Huntsville police say they responded to the 4800 block of Shawmount Drive just before 1 a.m. after reports of gunfire. Authorities found a home was hit by bullets, but no one inside was injured. Police arrested 24-year-old Jeremy Boone Jr. Boone is charged with discharging a firearm into an occupied dwelling. The case is still being investigated. One person is dead after a motorcycle and truck collided in Morgan County. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, Michaela Jefferson was riding her motorcycle when she was hit by a truck around 6:25 this morning on US 231 southbound near Fields Road. Officials say the motorcycle caught fire after the initial impact. Jefferson was taken to Huntsville Hospital, where she later died from her injuries. The crash is still being investigated. We're learning of new charges against a man accused of shooting a Scottsboro police officer back in July. Daniel McCarr now faces charges of attempting to elude and discharging a gun into an occupied building. The charges were filed on the 10th of this month. McCarr is charged with attempted murder in connection with the July 26th shooting of Scottsboro Police Lieutenant Derek Porch, what began as a domestic violence call that escalated into a pursuit that ended with gunfire, leaving Porch wounded in his left hand. The shooting triggered a day-long multi-agency manhunt. McCarr was eventually taken into custody without incident on Old Larkinsville Road. 3 teens were found inside a stolen car with several stolen guns in Morgan County this morning. According to the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, a patrol deputy attempted a stop on Vaughn Bridge Road around 2:30 this morning. The teens allegedly tried to get away before running off the road. 2 of the juveniles were taken into custody, while a third was released to a parent. The Sheriff's Office says charges are pending, but no further details are available because of the suspects' ages. Morgan County authorities are looking for a local landscaping business owner accused of financially exploiting an elderly person. Travis Malcolm-Moore, who you see here, is wanted for financial exploitation of an elderly person. Authorities are encouraging Malcolm-Moore to turn himself in. Anyone with information about his whereabouts is asked to contact Sergeant John Dickinson at the number on your screen. Reads 256-560-6192, or you can submit an anonymous tip through the Sheriff's tip link. Well-known sports personality and SEC Network host Paul Feinbaum says he might run for United States Senate. In an interview with Outkick.com, Feinbaum says people approach him about getting involved in politics. The recent events surrounding the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk got him thinking more about the possibility. Feinbaum says the idea of a run is very intriguing, and he is thinking about it constantly. For more information, you can visit FOX54.com. Several cities across the Tennessee Valley will canvass their runoff election results tomorrow. In Decatur, Madison, and Florence city councils will go over votes that were not counted during the general election and certify the results of the runoffs. In Decatur, Pam Wurzler defeated Sarah French to claim the District 4 City Council seat. Erica White defeated Scott Harbor for the City of Madison District 6 City Council seat, while Thomas Spence and Robin Thompson emerged victorious in the Florence municipal runoff elections. Spence won the District 5 City Council race, while Thompson won the District 4 school board seat. A new amendment proposed in the Alabama House of Representatives could cost schools funding. House Bill 43 would require schools boards to set time for the Pledge of Allegiance and also vote whether to allow employees and students to pray and read religious texts in school. The bill is backed by Representative Reed Ingram of Pike Road, who says the amendment would allow students to practice their religion. While the American Civil Liberties Union of Alabama says in a statement the proposed amendment violates the First Amendment, the bill would have to be approved by voters in a statewide election if it passes the legislature during the 2026 session, which begins in January. 3 Northern Alabama high schools landed in the state's top 10 in Niche's 2025-26 rankings. The Alabama School of Cyber Technology and Engineering claimed the 3rd place statewide, while New Century Technology High School ranked 7th. James Clemens High School took 8th in the annual rankings from Niche. The year's ratings also placed Madison City Schools as a district 4th in the statewide rankings of school systems. Hartselle City Schools placed 12th. The rankings combine data from 3 million user reviews, school reported statistics, and federal data sets from the United States Department of Education. The city of Florence is holding a special called meeting of the city council tomorrow to discuss a possible tax on vape products. The meeting comes ahead of a statewide vape tax set to take effect in October of next year. Under state law, cities that impose their own vape tax before October 1st, 2025 will not receive a share of the state's tax revenue in addition to their local collections. Coming up, a government shutdown is looming. How will this affect jobs in the Rocket City? We'll discuss with our very own Caleb Aguayo. Great Scott! A new musical is coming to the Rocket City. We'll tell you about the show making a stop in the Rocket City. Stay with us.